What is up, peeps, and welcome back to some more Dark Souls. So last we left off, we escaped, I guess is the better way to put it, from the Undead Asylum, and we are now at Firelink Shrine. And in this episode I'm going to try and make our way up to the Undead Burg. Because in terms of progression, the Undead Burg is the place to go. Whoa, dude! Chill your shit. Chill it. And you did. Who did? You did. You won't play this game too? You did too then. And I'm not gonna forget this dude here. Oh, come on now! That shit ain't cool. And you did too. There we go, got the soul item. There is an item across the aqueduct. There. You can get it at this point. I prefer to keep it. Well, I'm going to leave it here for now. Entirely up to you whether or not you want to get it. We are going to be back across here because a merchant actually comes here later on, so... Yar. Better to get it then. You did! Soul of Lost Undead. These rats can drop humanity. All rats, in fact, and they're also one of the best enemies to farm to get humanity. Once you get into the depths and you've got the Gold Covenant Serpent Ring, yeah, you can. There's a nice little farm route that I'm gonna show off later on when we do get access to it. That will greatly help, because there's a few spots where you can farm humanity within the game, as in like properly farm humanity. Oh come on, you shithead. There's a spot. Oh, nice firebomb. There's a spot in the catacombs. If you go down to the catacombs, down to Nito, there's the baby skeletons. You can farm them. As a really good source of humanity, but it's a pain to get to. I mean, there's a few routes that lets you sort of like bypass most of it, but yeah, it's a pain. You shitty. The other and better known great place to farm humanity is the sprites within the DLC. Those are most definitely an awesome source. I should probably have showed off. As you're going down, you can see these corpses hanging on. It just shows how important. I mean, the developers have done really well in trying to give you as many hints as you can about ambushes or things to expect in the game. And if you don't notice them, well, that's on you. I mean, because we dropped there, so you could look down here, and you would have been able to see them. And what's really cool as well is that street down below, that passageway. We're actually going to be down there later on, because that is the way to progress. Before we go up here, though, we need to go grab an item. Yeah, these two dudes, they're supposed to ambush you, because as you drop down, instinctively most people will want to go here, and as you double back, you will see those two undead enemies being like, "What's up, bro? Come to the wrong neighborhood," and try to fuck you over. But yeah, there is an item here, and these stairs don't lead you anywhere. Point that out. So we're just going to double back to where we were. Over here. Nice. And we're going to grab the soul item over here. If I remember correctly, it's a soul item. Oh, it's a humanity! Nice, a little sprite of humanity. Our first little sprite of humanity. What's up? You did. Who did? You did. Yeah. This entire... Yeah, I guess it's really cool. The entire area down below, you actually get to access that later on, so... But we're going to progress. We are going to progress. Cute. There's an item here. Soul of Lost Undead. And... this broken passageway. I believe you can make the jump. I believe you can actually make that jump. So I'm not going to try it out because I will most likely fuck it up. What's up there, buddy? Just casually flying through. It's not a dragon. Point that out. It is not a dragon. Close to a dragon. Part of the dragon family, I guess, but not a dragon. It's a wyvern. There's only... I think there's only... I'm trying to think of... Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. I think there's only 2 actual dragons. Live dragons. 3, I mean. Depending on how you want to look at it. I say 3. There's Calamite, which we'll meet later on. There's the stone dragon down in Ash Lake, and there is Seath the Scaleless, which counts as a dragon. And if you really want to get down to it as well, there's some few undead dragons, rotted over. I believe there's 2 of those, if I remember correctly. 1 in the Painted World and 1 in the Valley of the Drakes. Lots of wyverns and lots... Buddy! Don't do this to me. Thought we were friends, let me kill you. Awesome. Awesome. There's a merchant down here. I'm going to take care of this guy so he doesn't crawl up our butt. You did. He can drop the battle axe that we're actually wielding at the moment, so that is worth noting. You do not want to rush into this area here, particularly if you're new to the game, because these guys will try to rush you. And although 1 at a time, they're not so bad. If all 4 of them rush you, and they do their frenzy attack, they can deplete your stamina and leave you wide open, and then just mess up your shit. So just walk casually towards them. They'll come at you 1 at a time, dispatch that shit, and then you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll be good and dandy. So this is the broken bridge that I pointed out. From here, you just hop and skip straight through the door. Straight through. And if you go up the stairs and to the right, over here, light crossbow. Oh, would you look at that? I missed an item down below. What did you drop? Broken? Yeah, broken. Broken straight sword. That's cool. Need one of those for potential item we're gonna forge later on in the game. How are we doing for time? We are good for time. Awesome. Let's go say hi to the... I was going to say friendly merchant. He's a tad insane. By tad I mean seriously insane.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
You, sir, are out of your mind.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
So he was giving us some insight there into things to come. So we know that there's a goat demon down below, which is in reference to the Capra demon, and that there is a bull demon up above, which is the Taurus demon that we're going to face off shortly. And there's the Drake as well. So he's pretty much just highlighted the 3 big enemies that are to come. Well, yeah, 3. Some of the enemies that are to come. I mean, there's a few others, but those are some of the big 3 that are to come. He sells all sorts of goodies that you might want to get your hands on. Repair powder, really helpful. Throwing knives, really helpful. Firebombs as well. Lloyd's talisman, orange guidance soapstone if you really want to leave your messages. Residence key comes in handy later on. We will get that, even though we've got the master key. Repair box and bottomless box is also cool because, well, bottomless box for inventory storage and repair box for repairing your shit. And he's got most of the weapons that you start off with. The 2 which I want to highlight, if you haven't started off with those or if you want them, is the bow and the ammunition he sells for it. Particularly if you want to get your hands on the Drake sword. If you're feeling cautious, I'll say, and you want to snipe that tail rather than luring him down and hitting him in the tail. Sorry, his dialogue made me giggle. That is something you can buy from him, so that's decent. But we'll be coming back around here, this area. If you kill him, which I completely understand why you would want to do that. He drops the Uchigatana, but we can pick that up as an actual weapon later on. So that I mean, you might want to kill him, but at the same time, keep him around if you can. So yeah, this is another bonfire that we're going to be visiting frequently. As you can see, there's a ladder there, which we'll kick down later on. Kill! Level up. Let's put some shit in strength. Endurance. Some vit. More endurance, more strength. Okay. Awesome. Righty-ho. Yep. Your enemies respawn per area once you rest at the bonfire. Probably should have mentioned that earlier on. Whoa, buddy. I thought we were friends. What's with the hostility, man? Just wanted to take care of those guys before they crawled up our bed. Got you. And you want to play too? Yeah, you did. There is a gate here. You will open that later on and use the bonfire that we were just at as a waypoint, so that's cool. Just wanted to highlight that. Come up in here, there's a dude. A dead dude, a slightly deader dude. I mean, he was dead to begin with, so... that is not nice. Don't think there's anything here, no. Just that dude. There is a chest here, though. And I'm just going to show there is a chain. Break that. Oh man, as the chain is coiling away. Chain coiling away means it's safe. If the chain is in a straight line towards you, you either want to throw a talisman at that shit, leave it alone, or attack it. Who did? You did. Come on now. And you did too. Hollow warrior stuff. Cool. You did? You gonna come at me? Come at me, bro. Goddamn. You dead too. Got you in the butt. Or in the back. Fireball. Fireball. Yeah. That's cool. You can actually see down into the lower Undead Burg. Because those stairs that we can see by that bonfire, those lead back up to the gate that we couldn't open. So that's cool. We are going to heal up. And we've got a humanity as well. I didn't see that on the humanity counter. I mean, I know we picked up a humanity sprite, but we got an additional humanity. Gold, pine, resin. Shit comes in handy. We saw those 3 enemies down below, and before we go deal with that bullshit, you want to come up here, take care of that dude so he doesn't snipe your butt. Oh, looks like he saw us. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here. And you did. You wanna play? Do you wanna play? Awesome. And at this point, you gotta ask yourself, are you feeling lucky, punk? Because as you walk down here, this is the first truly difficult enemy, I guess, you're gonna encounter at this point. And you can approach with caution. I usually try and get the backstab from the get-go. We missed that. In which case, we're going to lead him back up. He is going to chase you, and he's going to run. Because you want to hunt your ass down. We're just going to lure him here. Wide open space. Means that we can deal with his bullshit. His particular brand of bullshit. What you want to do is you can either parry him. There's different ways of dealing with him. You can parry him, you can lure that attack and then get behind him. What I usually go for, or the safer option, when he does that lunge, you can sneak up behind him, this one, and go in for the hit, but, in the backstab, sorry I meant. Or this one, also works. He does hit hard. He hits very hard. Ooh. Was not expecting to get hit there. Anyway. Yeah, you can different ways to deal with him. You can even leave him alone, come back later. There's no real reason as to why you'd want to take care of him at this point. Except he drops a Titanite chunk, and he also drops, potentially drops his weapon. It's one of the more difficult drops to get. But I mean, if you want that shit, it's worth getting. I'm personally not a big fan of the Black Knight sword. The only Black Knight weapon I really use is the Demon Great Axe. That shit is awesome. And he did. Titanite chunk, awesome. But the real reason you want to take care of him though at this point is because he is guarding a particular item. An item which comes in super handy. A tear stone. Blue tear stone ring. I'm gonna equip that right away. Yeah, it boosts your defense when your health is low. So it's worth having. what you want to do here as well is be careful, because the second... Yep. The second you go... Oh, got a longsword, cool. The second you run up those stairs, he's going to drop his barrel on you. Now, there is a door here. We've got the master key, so we can venture through here. I would recommend against that at this point. Unless you know what you're doing, or you got a death wish, leave that shit alone. You can do it. I mean, there's an enemy down there who's going to wreck your shit, or try to wreck your shit. So best to leave him alone at this point. I am just going to... Gotcha, little shit. Nice, some nice little upgrade materials. I didn't actually know this lizard was here, this crystal lizard, until, I'm not going to say quite recently, but years after I'd bought the game. So I've been running past this little guy all this time. Anyway, this is a good place to stop, so we're going to leave it here for now. Stay tuned for some more Dark Souls coming out soon. Until then, as always, stay awesome.